Hello and welcome to our beginners series for V-Ray for Maya, designed to help you get started with the product and begin rendering in no time. By the end of this video, you'll have a solid understanding of how to manipulate V-Ray's material settings to achieve various effects, such as glossy metals and smooth plastics. We'll also use the Cosmos browser to access hundreds of pre-made materials ready for use or modification if needed. You can download our project files linked in the video description, so you can explore the scene at your leisure. Now, let's get started. I'll begin by opening the VFB and initiating the interactive rendering. Right away, you'll notice we have a pre-lit scene with some materials applied. However, parts of the bike are shaded in gray. These are the parts we'll set up simple shaders for in this video. Let's open the Hypershade and create a V-Ray material. You can either use the tab button and type V-Ray material or open the Create Node window and select V-Ray material from there. Either way, we'll place a V-Ray material on the canvas. This material is versatile, suitable for creating various surfaces from plastics to metals to glass. Let's use it to create a plastic material. I'll rename it to keep things organized while we're rendering interactively. In the VFB, we can select any visible object by right-clicking and choosing Select Object from the drop-down menu. I'll click on the bike's fuel tank to select it, and then assign our newly created V-Ray material to it. I'll adjust the color to a shade of blue. Next, I'll modify the reflection color to near pure white. With the reflection glossiness slider, we can dictate the surface's roughness. Lower glossiness values yield a chalk-like roughness, while higher values produce shinier surfaces with sharper reflections. For a plastic look, I'll opt for a glossiness of 0.8. We can also use a texture instead of a plain color. Clicking the checker icon next to the diffuse color and selecting File lets us choose a texture as our primary color. With our plastic materials in place, let's create a basic metal shader. There are numerous material presets available for various surfaces, or as starting points for further customization. These presets cover many common materials found in scenes and can be significant time savers. For this tutorial, I'll create the material shaders from scratch to demonstrate the creation process. I'll create another V-Ray material and assign it to the exhaust pipes. Metals typically have high reflectivity, so we'll set the diffuse color to black and the reflections to white. Also, we can set the glossiness all the way to 1 to make the shader more convincing. To convincingly render metal, we'll increase the Fresnel IOR value. A value of 20, for instance, gives a shiny chrome appearance. However, I'll opt for 8, which looks more realistic. There is also another workflow for shading surfaces called physically based rendering materials, commonly known as PBR materials. Both methods are rooted in real-world physics. PBR distinguishes between metals and non-metals using the metalness attribute. For more on PBR, visit the Understanding Metalness blog post on the Chaos website. To set up the PBR, set the reflection color to pure white, check the Use Roughness box, and determine if you're creating a metal or non-metal material. I'm aiming for a metal shader, so I'll set metalness to 1. If you'd like to change the color, we can do so by tweaking the diffuse color. I'll choose a golden orange. The roughness slider controls reflection sharpness. I want a rough metal look, so I'll add some roughness. Again, if you'd like to find out more about the PBR materials, you can take a look at the blog post I mentioned earlier. There is a table containing information on how to set up common types of metals such as gold, silver, iron, and so on. Next, we'll craft a glass material for the bike's windshield. After creating a new V-Ray material and selecting the windshield, I'll assign the material. Glass is transparent, so we'll set the diffuse color to pure black. This isn't necessary if the refraction attribute is set to pure white or 100% transparency. We'll enable reflections by setting the reflection color to white. And finally, to make the surface transparent, we need to turn on the refraction. So if we scroll to the refraction rollup and set the refraction color to white, we can see the surface becoming transparent. If we'd like to achieve a frosted glass effect, we can play around with the refraction glossiness attribute to make the glass appear blurrier. If we'd like to tint the glass, we can easily do that by changing the fog color attribute located inside the translucency rollout. I'll go ahead and tint the glass in a dark blue shade. A fantastic resource for preset materials is the Chaos Cosmos library. Clicking the Chaos Cosmos icon on the V-Ray shelf opens the browser. Categories can be selected to filter results. For instance, filtering by materials narrows down the options. Further refinement can be done by material type, such as concrete, fabric, metal, or wood. I want a leather material for the bike seat. After selecting a perforated leather option, all we need to do is click on the green import button in the upper right corner to bring it into my scene. We can go into the import options and turn on the use triplanar mapping option in case our model does not have UVs. If that is the case, the triplanar mapping will project the texture around the model. I'll assign the material to the bike seat geometry and switch to another camera closer to the seat so we can see better. We can change the size of the Cosmos material or the color, for example. I'll go ahead and make the seat a bluish color so it matches the bike better. By now, you should have a solid understanding of how to manipulate and create various V-Ray shaders. Make sure you take a look at the rest of the videos from our Getting Started series. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. See you soon.